What's up everybody, I'm Callie Sudbrook. Welcome to The Workshop. So, a little bit about this backstory. This is actually my house. So, I can't build custom gyms and design them and not have my own. So this was truly just a passion project. It was a project that was a proof of concept because I wanted to see if we could get a detached fitness shed in our backyard, which is a little small to be honest. So the point of a detached fitness space is that, room in the garage, hey, you know what? Because I want to get up early designer, I have my music, I have tools, I don't have to wake anybody up in there, and there's no room other than for the sauna, it's warm which you'll see later in the winter,
I'm rolling.
Or it's nice and cool in the summer. So there's a lot of things about this that I can, control outside of our house. The existing subfloor that the shed came with, but that wasn't enough for me, so I put Advantech on top of that. So we have a dual layer plywood subfloor. Next, going up to the roof, we have zip system on the roof, and then we have a galvanized metal on top of that. And so this thing, like I said, it is bulletproof. It is so sturdy. And then one small thing is on this side of the shed, we kind of hid all of the utilities. So power is feeding in through the back. You see the mini split condenser on the floor over here, and it's just sort of like hidden and out of the way. Now, let's go to the inside. So you'll notice in here, it is pretty small. And that was intentional. This was basically a test to see this shed in particular is 12 by 8. And when I say small, it's small. However, I knew that going into it. I would probably urge a client to make it slightly bigger for their intents and purposes because most people are going to have 2 people working out at one time. We designed this for my wife and I, who pretty much work out at opposite schedules. During the weekends, we do work out together, so all we do, we open the doors and we have all of this turf space. So it kind of alleviates that problem for us. But I just know that most people would probably be a little bit underwhelmed with a fitness shed this size that's 12 by 8. I think I knew going into it what it would feel like, but most other people would kind of feel like, ooh, it's a little too small. So just wanted to point out that was intentional on our part because we have a very, very limited plot of land here and we had to make it work. So this was the best intentional situation for this space that I could create. Same thing in here, starting from the floor to the ceiling. So on the floor, we have E-Core's steel appeal. I didn't want to go with a traditional black rubber flooring. I just think it's great for some spaces, but I wanted this space to feel more open and airy and natural and just sort of have a lighter vibe to it. So I avoided the dark, harsh black because it's just not personally my vibe. And I wanted to do something that looked a little bit different, to be quite honest. So I absolutely love this. And then going to the walls next is, again, going with that light, bright, airy vibe. We used Sherwin-Williams Greek Villa for the walls. We also used the same color for the trim on the exterior. I forgot to mention, the color on the exterior is called Sea Serpent, also by Sherwin-Williams. I'm obsessed with the color. It's on our house, it's on our shed, it's everywhere. It's like, if that doesn't scream coastal, I don't know what does, but we love it. All right, ceilings are my favorite part of this whole entire space. They give a warmth, a richness to this space, and I just feel like it brings this natural beauty without having to overdo it with decoration or color or anything like that. So I absolutely love the ceilings, which are Nova wood, thermo wood material, which I love. All right, so we're gonna go around the room and talk about each of the pieces of equipment. Number 1, the Matrix CXC. I don't know why, this is just my favorite bike. I don't personally need something to watch because usually I'm on my phone, I'm editing videos, I'm texting, I'm emailing, I'm doing things on my phone and working while I'm on here. So I do warm-ups on here, I go long distance on here, and it works. I don't need a Peloton, I don't need anything with a screen, personally. So I love it. It's a tight footprint and it's really, really smooth on the drivetrain. So I just think overall it's a great bike. Over here, this whole wall, so obviously we've got the mini split. It's a dual inverter, so it's got AC and heat and it feels amazing. Below that, we've got our mat, foam roller, things like that. Next, we have our FID bench from Rep Fitness. This is a flat, incline, and decline bench. So we can do all exercises. I can roll it wherever in the room. I can take it outside. It's awesome. It's super beefy and heavy duty. And it kind of just sits upright against the wall, out of the way when we're not using it. It's perfect. All right, next we've got the wall-mounted Athena rack. A couple things about this rack. So it's got 1-inch holes for any sort of attachment. Everything on the market these days is going to be a 1-inch attachment. So long gone are the days of the 5/8 holes because everyone's making racks beefier and thicker now. I love this rack for a couple reasons. So there's bar storage at the bottom. There's just enough space down here to put my Encore plates. And so the Encore, which is the second piece of equipment, so this guy right here with all these plates that twist off, these are what go down here onto this storage plate holder. And the reason why we did an Encore instead of dual cables, which you can do on this rack. So the wall-mounted Athena rack, you can have dual cables and then the trolleys that go up and down. We'll probably eventually get those, but I wanted to go with the Encore first because it's super, super tight, compact, it's versatile. So I can do bodybuilding type style exercises like lat pull downs, or I can do any sort of fly movement, but then I can also do really rapid power-based movements with this as well, which you can't do with a traditional cable unit because there's gonna be this like kickback of the cable when you go at powerful, high velocity type movements. The Encore handles that just fine, and that's actually kind of what it's made for. So you can work on golf swing, you can work on baseball, you can just do overall functional type training where you're moving in a multi-planar, multi-directional space. I absolutely love it. So one thing that kind of bugs me actually about gyms in general is that you start throwing stuff on the walls, mounting things, putting accessories on the walls, and now if you ever want to move anything, you have a bunch of holes that you have to patch, which is no big deal when you're a contractor. I just don't want that work. And so what I did instead is I went with this tall storage, also from Rep Fitness. I wanted the legs to match the squat rack, so there's sort of like the continuity there. But I just wanted it to be a standalone space that basically holds all of our storage needs. So it's obviously got the plates, you can see everything that it stores here, kettlebells, and then we even have spot for, cable attachments and things like that. And so what I love about this is that if I want to move it, if I want to switch it out, if I want to change it, I absolutely can, and it does not affect the structural integrity of the room, even though I did brace the hell out of these walls. I braced in so many places because I just wasn't sure where I wanted to put stuff. Like I had this planned out, but I thought maybe one day if I get some different equipment, I can always throw some stuff on the wall. But for right now, for my intents and purposes for how I wanted the space to be initially, I just wanted one space that flowed really, really well, that had everything on it. All right, last thing is the Rep Pepin adjustable dumbbells and the cart that goes with it. The reason why we did the cart instead of the stand, I personally actually love the look of the stand a little bit better. I think it's cleaner, it just flows, it looks really nice. But I needed extra space for storing small little items. So we've got our TRX in here, we've got a landmine attachment that goes on the end of a barbell so that it doesn't move around. And we've got all sorts of mobility stuff, our favorite straps from Onyx Straps. And yeah, basically everything that you could possibly need. We've got a belt back there, but that just keeps everything nice and tidy and compact. And then the dumbbells and the additional 2.5 pound plates can just kind of slide in right there. I absolutely love this. Okay, come check out our sauna, which we had to put in the garage. No big deal. This one is the Peak Sauna Shasta model. It's a single person sauna, infrared, red light therapy, Bluetooth speakers, LED lights. It's awesome. So if you've watched this and you're thinking, I need one of those, I would say you're probably right, because let me guess, you've run out of room in your garage, you don't have space in your house anymore, your backyard is the only last place for something to go, for a space that's going to improve your health, your fitness, and just honestly, this place makes me happy every single day. I am pumped to be in here.